I have taken a decision that this is who I am. This is the life I'm going to live. So even if I have to die, standing upon the decision I have taken, I'm ready to die. That's what David said. He that swore to his own heart and does not change. He gives you promise. He stands upon the promise he has made. He doesn't recount. He swears to his own heart and changeth not. He who does not put out his money to usury, nor does he take bribe against the innocent. He who does these things shall never be moved. Anybody that makes this his lifestyle, his value, her lifestyle, will never be moved. Let earthquakes, let everything crumble, let everything that's supposed to go wrong. He's not moved because he knows the ground he's standing on. He knows who he trusts and depends on. He has maintained his own way before God. So he said, somebody that does these things will never be moved. These are qualities every child of God should possess. Qualities every child of God should possess. They are necessary traits that we should possess in our life. David describes a righteous man who walks in integrity in these scriptures and gain not only the respect of others but also an audience with God. He walks, this is his lifestyle. So he does not just gain the respect of people around him, he gains an audience with God. Each time he opens his mouth, God listens. Each time he calls on God, God answers. David here demonstrated why predetermined value and ethics, not expediency, must drive our lifestyle. Our values, predetermined values and ethics. You have predetermined it. You are sure. It's not as if you are not sure of who you are or what you should do in a situation like this. In a situation like maybe they ask you, in a situation like this, what will you do? You begin to think. Sometimes we say, hey, let the time comes. No, you already know that in a situation like this, this is the position you will take and nobody can change it. That's principle. That's value. Nobody can change it. So it's predetermined. It's an ethics. It's not expediency that we just find ourselves in this situation. We now begin to run helter-skelter, begin to think of what to do. No, a child of God should define his lifestyle and know that this is what I can do in a situation like this. This is what I cannot do. Jesus said, let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. Let us know. He said, there's no sitting on the fence when it comes to relationship with God. We must know where you stand. He said, he that is not gathering with us is scattering, is against us. He says, no sitting on the fence. I hate lukewarmness. It's either you're hot or you're cold. He said, if you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. I hate lukewarmness. But the church of God has become so lukewarm. So lukewarm that when you gather together, you begin to wonder, where is the power of God? Where is the power of God? Why are we not witnessing the power of God the way we should witness it in the gathering of the saints? Something is wrong. Somewhere something is wrong. And we need to begin to, come back. We need to retrace ourselves. How does David pictures the godly man in these scriptures? I'll give you one or two instances. If you can write, you write. He said the godly man possesses integrity. That's what he's telling us in this scripture. He possesses integrity. That's value. His value is integrity. He does not recount whether he favors him or he does not favor him. He stands his ground. He possesses integrity. Number two, he does what is right. That's value. He does what is right. Whether he will gain or lose, As long as it's the right thing to do, he does it. Number 3 is honest and trustworthy. Those are value systems that God cannot overlook when you display them, and it's part of your lifestyle. Honest and trustworthy. He does not gossip. He does not gossip. He minds his business. He does not gossip about people. When he found out that what you are doing is wrong, he tell you to your face. He will not go behind you to talk about it. He will tell you this thing you're doing is wrong. If you like, you can take it. If you like, you can get angry with him. But he has told you. So he does not gossip. He does no harm to other people. He does no harm to other people. He does no harm to anybody. He speaks against what is wrong, like I said. He speaks against what is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. He speaks against it. He will not say, hey, let them not say, na me talk. Oh. That's what we do. We see what is wrong. You say, no, if I talk now, they go say, na me talk. And you have seen it. And God will hold you responsible when something goes wrong because you saw it and you kept quiet. Talking about value. He honors others who walk in truth. He honors people that walk in truth. He honors them. He honors people that walk in truth. He keeps his word even when it costs him something. It's costing him something. But he keeps the word. He does not care what he's losing. He keeps his word even when it's costing him something. He is not greedy to gain at the expense of other people. He's not greedy to gain some things at the expense of other people. You know, saying it's me first before any other person. No, that is not part of his value system. He takes no bribe against anyone. He is very strong. He's very stable in himself, in who he is. In who he is. Psalm 57. Let's look at Psalm 57 quickly. In Psalm 57, David said other things. Psalm 57. Psalm 57. I'm reading from the New King James. So I read from verse 1 quickly down to about verse 11. David, this was almost his prayer. It's a prayer when he found himself in a very tight corner. In a very tight corner. We're talking about value system that even when you find yourself in a tight corner, you don't recount. But you are looking on to God because you know it's only God that can deliver you. And when you display this type of value, God will not take his eye away from you, even when you are passing through challenges. God will always be there. He's passionate about anything that has to do with you. David said, be merciful to me, O God. Be merciful to me. It's a prayer he was praying. This was when Saul was pursuing him everywhere. He was hiding in caves. He was hiding everywhere in bush. Saul wanted him dead by all means. And he was running from one place to the other. And he wrote this psalm. He said, be merciful to me, O God. Be merciful to me. For my soul trusts in you. My soul trusts in you. Can somebody beat his chest and say, of a truth, my soul trusts in God. I can only do and live the way God wants me to live. My soul trusts in God. That's David for you. He said, and in the shadow of your wings, I will make my refuge. I will hide under your wings. In the shadow of your wings, I will make my refuge until these calamities have passed by. There are calamities all around me, God, but I won't change who I am. I will hide in you until the calamities are over, because I know it's just a matter of time. It will pass over. He said, I will cry out to God Most High, to God who performs all things for me. God performs all things for me. I will cry out to him. Instead of changing and taking plan B, I don't have plan B. This is who I am. I don't have plan B. So when calamity comes, I run to God. I say, God, I can't change. This is who I am. He shall send from heaven and save me. He reproaches the one who will swallow me up. God will reproach anyone that will swallow you up. When you stand on what is right, anyone that want to deal with you, God will deal with them. God will fight your battle for you. That's what happens. He fights for you. He said he will reproach anyone who will swallow me up. He said, God shall send forth his mercy and his truth. He said, my soul is among lions. He was telling himself the truth. When you have strong values about what is right, you tell yourself the truth. Every situation you face, you tell yourself the truth. This is the truth about this situation. But then, this is who I am. I can't go against who I am. But this is what is going on. David knew that there was trouble all around him. He was telling himself the truth. He said, my soul is among lions. I lie among the sons of men who are set on fire, whose teeth are spears and arrows. Their teeth are spears and arrows. They want to kill me. He said, be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be above all the earth. He said, they have prepared a net for my step. My soul is bowed down. They have dug a pit before me. Into the midst of it, they themselves have fallen. He said, the pit they have dug for me, because before you, O God, innocency has been found in me. In that pit, then themselves have fallen inside it. He said, my heart is steadfast, O God. My heart is steadfast. I am standing on who I am. I am standing in the integrity of my nature. My soul is steadfast. I am not changing, no matter the situation and circumstances I found myself. Many Christians change. They vacillate in between situation and circumstances. Situation defines who they are. Circumstances of life defines who they are. They behave according to the situation they have found themselves. So, no value, no principle. No value, no principle. Little wonder, we no longer attract God's attention in the things that has to do with our life. He said, my heart is steadfast. He said, I will sing and give praise. He said, awake my glory, God. Awake my glory. Awake, lute and harp. I will awaken the down. I will praise you, O Lord, among the people. I will sing to you among the nations. He said, for your mercy reaches unto the heavens, and your truth unto the cloud. The last verse, verse 11, he said, be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be above all the earth. Let your glory be above all the earth. This is a beautiful picture of a child of God that is in touch with humanity. This is real life story. This is humanity for you. People around you. Situations and circumstances around you who want to push you to follow culture, follow situation, follow circumstances. David just painted a picture that is in touch with humanity. This is when Saul was pursuing him. He experiences anxiety and fear. Anxiety and fear. Anxiety and fear. Yet it ends in triumph. He ended it in triumph. He said, be exalted, O God, above the heaven. Let your glory be above the earth. Telling yourself the truth will enable you to rise above your fears. Did you hear what I said? Telling yourself the truth about the situation you're facing will help you rise above your fears. God, I know this is the situation. I know how terrible it is. But God, even in the midst of this situation and circumstances, I trust you. I know you will not abandon me. I know you will come through for me. When you have this type of mindset, you rise above the fear that situation and circumstances is presenting before you. You rise above it. The fear will disappear from your heart because you have told God, God, if you don't do it, it's like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego say, our God will save us. Even if he decide not to, our heart is made up. We are not going to change who we are. We are standing where we are standing. So you will rise above your fear and see God in control of that situation. You will see God in control of that situation. But what we do is that circumstances will bring panic into us. And that panic will force us to compromise our stand. And why you are compromising your stand in that situation and circumstances is because you are not seeing God in control of it. If you see God in control of it, you will not panic. You will not panic. You will stand your ground. So don't allow situations to speak to you. Each time situation around you and circumstance around you is speaking to you, what you will see is fear. What you will see is fear. Don't look around you, because when you look around you, you will sink. You will see things that will make your heart to fail. Be focused on Him. In the midst of all the troubles, let your eye be on God. When Peter focused on Jesus, he walked on water. But when he looked around, he saw the sea shouting, telling him, I will swallow you. What do you think you're doing? Have you ever seen a man walk on water? And at that instant, he began to sink. When you look around you, what you will see is negative things. Negativity will begin to speak to you. And in that instant, you will begin to sink. Let's stand our ground. Let's have value. And stand upon the value. And live a lifestyle that people can look at and say, yes, this one is a child of God. This one, I will follow this one. People will come to you and say, take me to that God you're serving. I don't know how many people that people will look at you and say, that God you're serving, hold him, hang in there. In fact, I'm going to follow you to your church. Does people still say that to us? Are we not staying in the midst of people? Do they still tell us like that? We live with this type of danger all around us on a daily basis. This type of danger. There are times when our nerves will fail us. There are times when fear creeps in. There are times we feel surrounded by adversaries. You'll be thinking, is there a way out? But in that situation, telling yourself the truth makes a lot of difference. Telling yourself the truth makes a lot of difference. Successful children of God that will go through adversities of life are people that tell themselves the truth. When they are in adversity, they know. They say, God, I know this situation is terrible. This situation wants to swallow me up. God, I know. But even in the midst of this situation, God, I'm not changing. I'm not shifting. I'm standing where you asked me to stand. And I know you will come through for me. Tell yourself the truth. Don't allow the situation. Don't begin to look for plan B. How do I escape? God knows how you will escape. He said he will make a way of escape. He said there's no temptation that have overtaken you that is not common. In every situation and circumstances that have made us to recount and fail God, if you look around you, you will see some people that have passed through it successfully. That's why he said there's no temptation that have overtaken you that is not common to men. He said, but God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond that which you can bear. In other words, any situation or circumstances you find yourself in, it means that God allowed it. It passed through God's hand. If God knows that you don't have the capacity to stand it, he will not allow it to come. But if it comes, means that God trusts that you can go through it. And that's why he allowed it to come. He said, he will not allow you to be tempted beyond that which you can bear. If he allowed it, it's for a purpose. He said, in the midst of that situation, God will make a way of escape. He will make a way for you to escape it. So when it comes, it's not the time to begin to carry your hand on your head. God, oh God, are you still seeing? Oh God, I don't die. Oh, they don't kill me. Oh. He said, God, I thank you for this situation. I know it is working for my good. is working for my good. He said all things, both the good ones, the one we think is bad, work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose, except if you don't love God, except if you are not called according to God's purpose. But if you love God and you are called according to his purpose, every situation of life is working for your good. It depends on what you are seeing. What do you see in that situation? What do you see in that circumstance? It depends on what you are seeing. If you have a positive mindset, like we're talking on Sunday, you will see a way of escape quickly. Because you have acknowledged, God, I know you will deliver me in this. It's bad, but I know you will deliver me. You will quickly see a way of escape. Praise the name of the Lord. Tell yourself the truth. When you tell yourself the truth, you gain perspective. When I say gain perspective, is that you will see clearly. You will see the situation as it is. You gain perspective in the midst of all the volatile emotions that will creep into your head. Quickly, because of time, scripture number 3, Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. That's what I call the 3G. The 3G. Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. Verse 20 down to 27. Solomon speaking. He said, my son, give attention to my words. Incline your ears to my saying. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart. For they are life to those who find them, and health to their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence. Keep your heart with all diligence. For out of it springs issues of life. So your heart is a playground where all those situations and circumstances come to play. So you must guide it with all diligence, because all those situations is playing. Your heart is the playground. Your heart is the playground. If you don't guide your heart